It's your brother. I'm not going to say anything about it.
Damning accusations.
But it's so...
A friend of mine in Britain got up early to watch it, and he described it as shots fired. Is that accurate?
Shots fired is right, Gail.
Parents are considered to be primarily responsible for educating their children in moral, social, and legal values. If children do something wrong, parents are often judged by society for their educational and guiding role. And especially the way parents treat their children greatly affects the formation of their children's personality and development. Actually saying so much, the purpose is to say that it is time for Meghan's father to step in and implement a medical intervention in order to provide his daughter with the necessary professional assistance that she requires. Due to the fact that she appears to be a very disordered individual, her children are in a vulnerable position. She is causing a significant amount of harm to everyone and everything, and she is so far out of her depth that a catastrophe is unavoidable if there is no intervention. She is causing significant harm to everyone and everything. There are an excessive number of people who are experiencing stress as a result of their interaction with this particular woman, and rather than treating everyone around her, she should be controlled herself. Because of her appearance, she has been the source of all the drama that has occurred inside the royal family. Since she made her debut, there has been no peace, and there will be no peace until she is completely cut off from her relationship with the monarchy. Therefore, it is time for Thomas Markle to come to terms with the fact that his daughter is not a typical child, and to take the necessary steps in order to visit his grandchildren, who she has purposefully cut off from all of their relatives. Isolation is a form of coercive control, which is a criminal offense. Her children have not made this decision, but her husband has done it. Once more, we are destroying families. It is not and has never been appropriate for Meghan Markle to destroy the entire family life of her husband, children, siblings, cousins, their father, and her father's family. In no way was it ever appropriate for her to create the devastation that she has caused to the family of her husband. She had no right to cause harm or attempt to undermine the life work of the late Queen, or to gaslight the entire United Kingdom as a nation of bigots after she had lied non-stop to the despicable Weinstein and Epstein rapist enabler Oprah Winfrey. In light of the fact that she is a potential cause of harm to a great number of individuals, it is becoming increasingly apparent that she needs intensive therapy in a psychiatric hospital ward. If she is not assisted, she will almost certainly wind up in jail in the end. The only characteristics that this child woman appears to have are a dangerous and venomous spitefulness to cause harm to other people in any way that she can, whether it be financially, emotionally, psychologically, or in terms of her reputation. I do not find it surprising that William is attempting to shield his family from the effect of his brother, as well as that of his wife on him. In addition to being a continual source of amusement, she is also an eager enabler of those who are hostile to the United Kingdom and the monarchy. She is not in any way representative of either place. In fact, a narcissist has to want help, but to them, they are not wrong or hurting anyone. These people are all the same in their thinking abilities. She will die the way she is right now. No help will help that mind. Give up, people. Not gonna happen. She just needs everything stripped from her titles. And the royals need to get them divorced now. No kids, and thank God for that, as narcissists are the worst kind of parents. See, friends, we are thinking as normal, compassionate, empathetic, loving humans. Narcissists do not and will never have that kind of feelings. She is rotten to the core. But what I'm worried about is how exactly is Thomas Markle supposed to stage an intervention on a 42-year-old daughter? He is not even her next of kin. If Meghan is of the cluster B personality, narcissist has been mentioned, anyone with any experience with these people understands that they never ever think there is anything wrong with them, and so will not accept any intervention. And in fact, there is no treatment. Anyway, Harry, obnoxious as he is, chose someone with far more serious problems, a person who cannot and will not ever get on with anyone and who has isolated himself with coercive control. A crime, both him and his children. The fact that he took a wife was not simply for himself, but also for the face of the royal family in the UK. There are no words to describe Harry's stupidity. But it can also be said that what Meghan is doing now is 90% caused by her parents' upbringing. Malignant narc mother who discarded her daughter, and who seems to be some kind of criminal act to reports about her frauds upon her husband, as well as attempts to get him into trouble with taxes after he gave her a business. Father, who refused to discipline her for anything, lent a worldview that she can do exactly as she pleases to others, while other PPL cover up for her and cover her tracks. So believes as an adult that telling lies and crying gets her off the hook of blame responsibility for her actions towards others. Enjoys getting PPL fired from their jobs and hurting them in other ways. Throw in a lack of empathy, no respect for laws, decency, or the boundaries of others, as well as drugs, and zero accountability. Her own husband stated she was capable of anything. Conclusion: a lowlife entitled uneducated, somatic, opportunistic lying thug, only interested in stupid anger games and money. Maybe she has mental problems like that, that's why she does such crazy things. The things she dared to do were so disgusting that I didn't even dare to think about them. Although it is not certain, there are rumors that it is possible that Meghan Markle staged a miscarriage or the execution of a small package and let Harry dig a grave himself. Just hearing it makes me feel cold. Firstly, the public was told so many lies about Archie's birth that it makes believing any pregnancy/birth-related stories difficult to believe. Meghan didn't state how far along in the pregnancy she was or whether she had to have a dilation and curettage, things which I would think were more important, if your aim is to raise awareness or to empathize with others in the same situation, than hearing how she clutched Harry's white knuckles, which were wet from both their tears. Didn't this happen during COVID? If so, then why was her friend at her house? And why has the friend not mentioned it or come forward, backed up, or supported Meghan's version? Harry's use of the gas and air, which is reserved for women in pain during childbirth, was irresponsible, along with ordering food when women are explicitly told that they must not eat or drink in case emergency surgery is required. I don't know what the laws are regarding the removal of the contents of a miscarriage from a hospital. It is a crude term in my opinion, but I believe the contents are referred to as surgical hospital waste and are sent for incineration once required tests have been carried out. There was a comment from someone else who shared this. I was pregnant with my third child when I noticed a bit of bleeding. I went straight to my GP, who was kind, considerate, and quick to send me to the hospital to check me out. On arrival, I was given an immediate scan and told my little one had died. I was booked in for a dilation and curettage the following morning and was sent home with medication to open the neck of my womb to aid my body in the natural emptying of my womb. The dilation and curettage are performed to remove any tissue left in the womb to prevent infection. That night, I had the most awful cramps, and I sat on the loo and pushed what looked like a large blood clot out. I was on my own and didn't know what to do. I couldn't bring myself to flush the toilet, so I scooped it out and wrapped it in tissue paper. I'm so sorry if this upsets or offends anyone, but I feel it's necessary to be honest about it all. It helps me too. I had recently lost my grandmother, who I adored, so I thought of no better place than to put my little one with her great-grandmother, just so I had somewhere to go to talk to them both. It may sound silly to some people, but 18 years later I still go to have a little natter to them both. I went for my dilation and curettage as planned the following morning. The doctors and nurses were so lovely and so kind to me, however, had I not passed what I did myself. I don't know if they would have given me what they removed, as they did tell me the day before, that what was removed may not be recognizable and could be very upsetting. To be honest, I'm thankful that I managed to push out what I did on my own and deal with it my own way. So I want to know what you think about this incident. As for me, that is a deadly, cruel, and inhumane act. Abortion is the killing of a human life. I condemn such incidents. Well, that's all for today's video. Thank you very much for watching our video. Please express your opinion in the comments below. Hope you will always be cheerful and happy. Don't forget to support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Goodbye and see you again in the next videos.